Welcome to this Advent Expectation Session 1 Creative Meditation. You're going to need 2 white plates or white bowls or flat bottom glasses that you can put on top of white paper. Then you'll need 2 circles of kitchen paper, and on them write the promise that you took note of when you were watching the introductory session before this. It doesn't matter what you write it on with. It'll affect what happens, but that may be an important thing. So just write it with whatever you have to hand and see what happens. Then you'll also need your juice of boiled cabbage or boiled blueberries or blackberries. They all give this nice sort of blue juice. And then you'll need a little bit of bicarbonate of soda dissolved in water. I've actually put mine into white bottle tops. And for the second part of the meditation, you'll either need a similar amount of lemon juice or of white vinegar. Either of them will work fine. So the first thing you're going to do is take one of your plates and put on it one of your pieces of paper. Now this paper represents you and your life, and this is the promise that you are thinking about today, that the one that appeared important to you when you were watching the video this morning. And the first thing you're going to do is put about a tablespoonful of your juice from your cabbage or whatever you've got into the middle. I'm just going to pour mine in, but so you can see what happens. So just pour it in and then just watch what happens as it spreads over your piece of paper. Now that this juice represents your expectations. So the expectations in this case have spread all the way out to the edge of my piece of paper representing my life. And then you're going to pour into it a capful of bicarbonate soda right into the middle. I'm not going to do it in this video because I don't want you to see what happens till you do it for yourself. I will do it later for those of you who can't actually do it in practice and would like to have a look and see what happens and use my meditation experiment for your meditation. So you do that and you pour the bicarbonate soda in the middle and then watch what happens. The bicarbonate soda is representing about your doubts as to whether or not this expectation that you have will ever come true. So that the bicarbonate soda represents your doubts. Then you'll take your second plate, or whatever you're using, and your second piece of paper. And once again, the paper stands for you and for your life. And this is the promise that I chose, but you probably have one different one. There were a number of promises available there, but that was the one I decided to choose. And once again, you're going to pour the juice onto that and watch as it spreads through the paper, which is representing your life. I put a bit too much on that one, but you can measure yours a bit more carefully. And at this time, as in the previous time, the juice is representing your expectation that this promise will be fulfilled to you in your life. Then you're going to take either your lemon juice or your vinegar and pour it on. Now what they represent is if you've got expectations which are as strong as Simeon had. Simeon spent his whole life holding this expectation and it was eventually fulfilled for him. So if you imagine that your promise is going to be fulfilled, your expectation is as strong as Simeon's. So that's what this second lot is going to be. And if you're going to be doing this for yourself, then I suggest that you stop here and come back to this video later. But if you're not able to do this meditation for yourself, I will just do the next stage so that you can actually see what happens. So here's my first one, and on it I've got my life, and I've got the promise, and I've got the blue representing my expectations, and then I'm going to pour on the bicarbonate soda right in the middle to represent my doubts that this would actually come true. So I'll pour that into the middle, and you can watch what happens to the colours, how it changes as a result of putting that bicarbonate soda onto the blue of the expectations, of the doubt. And then if I do the other one, I'm going to do this fairly quickly, but you can always stop the video and watch what happened in it in a bit more detail. You don't have to rush through at the pace that I'm going through. I always want to show you. Excuse the puppy barking, can't control puppies. So I'm just going to now pour the juice, lemon juice, which in this case is representing simian type hopeful expectation. So I'm going to pour that into the middle. I don't know whether you can see or whether it's a bit dark, but this has actually gone a very, very bright pink. So if that's the hopeful expectation, and that's the doubt, you'll see that the two have been affected in quite a different way. The expectation through my life when I had doubts has affected my life in one way. The expectation this would be fulfilled when I had simian type hopes have affected it in another way. I suggest that you, if you're doing this just by looking at this video, that I will lift them up again for you to see a bit more closely so you can. And if I were you, I would stop the video and just think about what I've got on there and what you might be getting in a way of understanding from it. And then I'll put that one down, and when you restart the video you can have a look at this one and see what understanding you get of that. So that one is with simian type expectations, and this one is the sort of doubts that one has.